Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of Bottled Up. I'm your host, Daniel Posner, with my esteemed co-host colleague. What AKA are you going with today? Wolf of Wine?
Yeah, today we real Wolf of Wine heavy, man. It's a New Year's 2026.
2026 New Year's resolution, 1 AKA for Jermaine, AKA the AKA of AKA Stump.
Yeah, You know what? I might do that. I'm gonna think about that. I might retire all the AKAs this year.
I'm going with quarter zip. Daniel, AKA quarter zip.
I like that. I like what is it, man? See, you like one of these young boys. They went from the Nike you used to wear the Nike Tech sweatsuits. Now you're a quarter zip guy.
You liked me in one of those Nike Tech sweatsuits. I'm gonna don one of those on the next episode. But for now, I'm going quarter zip today. It's cold. It's winter time. It's New York. I need a quarter zip. I might actually need a full zip if it'll make me warmer. But for now, the quarter zip. When was the last time you drank a Long Island iced tea? Truthful answer.
Oh man, definitely this year.
You had one this year. Wow.
Oh yeah. I'm a wild boy. You know what, man? It's sometimes I'll be in some places and it's just they don't got anything I want here. Let's just get fucked up. You know, like that.
When in doubt, give me everything in the well that's in a plastic bottle and just pour it into a cup for me, right? Is that how you roll?
Mix it up all together when in doubt, man.
Yeah.
Christmas at my house, I'm talking like we would always show up to my mom's place like super early. We are those like we love opening gifts together, all that good stuff. We're showing up to my mom's house at 6:30 a.m. Immediately, the alcohol's open. We're cracking it straight away. 6:30 a.m. Right? Again, I'm Jamaican. You know what I'm saying? So culturally, things work differently.
Yep.
And so we open. Now, we're not opening Cristal. We're not opening Lafitte. There's a drink, and I'm sure you don't drink this, Daniel, because you're an upstanding, great human being. There's a drink called E&J. Brandy.
Yes, of course.
We call it Easy Jesus.
Some people go Ernest and Julio Gallo Brandy. There you go.
Yeah,
legends.
We call it Easy Jesus, and we mix that with some Sprite.
Oof.
And
ice. You got to pour some ice. Pour it over ice, right?
You know, come on, we're not Neanderthals. You know what I'm saying? We got to show some type of couth.
I mean, in our cultures, we throw that in the microwave and give it to a pledge, you know, and be like, drink up.
So yeah, you know, we would bust down like E&J and Sprite all day. Like all day. So my palate is burned out for a long time. You know, but
no one dry January takes on a whole new meaning for you. You're detoxing from that.
It's non-existent for me.
Yeah.
It's non-existent. But
hair of the dog.
It's ultimately what my drinking style previously and sometimes currently. I don't drink Easy Jesus right now, just so you know. That's not how we celebrated Christmas this year.
That ended last year.
Yeah. I'd say at least like 7-8 years ago.
All right.
It helped me to appreciate wine, like good wine. You gotta know what the bad stuff tastes like to know what the good stuff tastes like. Yeah. It helps me to appreciate wine that much more because it's not why I'm drinking wine. I drink wine for something else. I drink E&J to get drunk, right? I drink Long Island's to get drunk. I don't drink wine to get drunk. Like it's the difference between the scenic route and the express route. Getting drunk is just a nice little byproduct of what I go to wine for. Me drinking like that helped me to develop an appreciation for wine and the beauty in wine and the cultural aspects of it. It's almost like, you know, when you grow up and, you know, you just dating girls, running around, doing what you do. And then when you begin to understand how to appreciate women, it's just a whole different, beautiful thing. Because mind you, I started in wine when I was 20 years old, you know, so I was like, I didn't know anything.
Yeah.
And I learned it all there. But I had
23 for me, by the way. 20 for you. We're
really?
Close. 23. Yep.
Okay.
25 years in. Yep. 23 years old.
Started wine when I was 20, and I didn't understand what I was drinking. I didn't understand how to taste wine. When I learned about wine, how to taste it wasn't the first thing I learned. I learned how to read labels. I learned wine regions based on the labels that I was reading, so on and so forth. I learned that Bordeaux's are if it says Bordeaux on the bottle, it's going to be real. If it's Burgundy and it's red, it's going to be Pinot Noir. I learned those things, but it wasn't the different aspects of of taste and how to taste.
But that's big though back then to know all that.
Oh,
Big.
100%. But it fooled me into thinking I knew about wine.
What was the first bottle of wine you might have ordered in a restaurant with your first date? You remember that?
It's a good question. I remember when it was. I remember the date, but I was...
I can tell you mine while you think. I was in college with my wife, Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio. We're married yet.
With your wife? You drank this with your wife?
Well, we were in college together dating, but in a steakhouse eating steak. And the only wine you ever heard about, Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio. It's like, wow, that's like your easy Jesus, Like that was like, all right, let's have a bottle of wine. Let's be fancy. I got this beautiful woman with me. We're celebrating. I don't know what at the time, but I do know. But let's have a bottle of Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio. Even fast forward, I was in college with friends, a club in New York called Merchants New York. I remember Merchants New York on the Upper East Side. And we were hanging out with people and that's what we were ordering. There were we weren't ordering like champagne or full bottles of vodka, whatever. You're 21 years old. Santa Margarita Pinot Grigio at age 21 was being ordered at Merchants New York.
You were always a quarter zip guy.
Oh, yeah, I've been a quarter zip guy since out of the womb, I guess. I mean, that's just there's not a lot of pictures of me back then, but when I find some, you'll see this same thing, just different size. I mean, it might have been the same size then. I've always been a big guy. So
can't quite remember the first bottle that I ordered because it was probably just some let me get the red or the white or whatever. But I can remember the first bottle I purchased for a date and not to enjoy at home. At this point, I'd say I'm about 24 at this point, thinking I'm doing something and bringing home bottles of is this wine? It has the kangaroo on it.
Yellowtail.
And I was a Yellowtail Shiraz guy.
Of course you were.
A little while.
So I saw an influencer the other day holding a glass of wine on a social media with holding the glass, not the stem. And it was like, people won't appreciate, but it was like cringeworthy for me. I'm like, here you are.
You're an influencer.
All these followers, and you're holding the glass of wine.
Is that what you got bottled up?
I got a lot of things bottled up, but that's one of them. You can't be teaching people about wine on Instagram and TikTok and holding a glass of wine incorrectly. Unless you got a stemless glass, which is totally cool if you're picnicking or whatever. But the gateways now have been replaced, and you've got RTDs, and you've got spiked seltzers.
RTDs, ready to drink.
Oh, sorry, ready to drink. Thank you. Ready to drink cocktails and the spiked seltzers and the spiked lemonades, and we had a little bit of that back then, because even you talk about E&J brandy, you had wine coolers in the 1980s for people. I remember 4-pack wine coolers, the two old white men, the gallows sitting on their porch of their house, just rocking back and forth. That's what they do. Rock,
Smirnoff Ice.
Right. And in the 80s, they're drinking their wine coolers, and then you get Smirnoff Ice, you get Zima, and you get whatever. And
St. Ives. For me, it was St. Ives.
Oh, St. Ives. There you go.
Junior high, man. I was drinking St. Ives, man. They shouldn't have made Red Man sell it. Method Man and Red Man are selling this. I'm in junior high. That's all. Of course, we're going to go.
But did St. Ives only came in a 40 ounce, or was there a small St. Ives?
They came in the 22s.
22. All right. I'm not far off. All right.
We were doing 22.
All right. I'm just trying, even when in college in Baltimore, we'd sit on the stoop with Old English, 40 ounces and stuff. And obviously in Baltimore, Colt 45 was a real thing, right? Because that was its home base. But
40 ounces, it was right there before me.
Yeah, you're a few years younger than me, right?
Yeah, so we were on 22s by that time.
You couldn't handle it. This is the weakening of America right here, happening right before our very eyes, And let me tell you the problem with a 40 ounce. The shit got warm. Now it was a screw cap, so you could put the cap back on.
Throw it in the fridge.
But the goal, well, you didn't throw it in the fridge. You had to drink it there. Nobody was like, I'm going to save this OE for later.
Now here's where you messed up, Dan. You need an insulator. That's why we did the paper bags.
Yeah. They
you
came
need
up
an
with,
insulator.
I don't think the 40 ounce koozie had been invented yet for us.
It's the reason, the reason you swirl so that the body temperature doesn't affect the temperature of the wine.
Well, what I got bottled up, it goes almost back to your Easy Jesus over ice. Holiday requests for Moet. And I had a customer come in, ask for Moet ice. Okay. So Moet ice designed to be poured over ice. It's a sweet champagne, and it's not cheap. It's expensive, by the way. And I don't know the last time I had a request for Moet ice. Ironically, we actually have some Veuve Clicquot Rich in stock. and that is the sister to Moet Ice, except it's rosé rich. So it's
it's champagne.
It's champagne. And Veuve Clicquot Rosé Rich is like $75. Moet Ice is like $60. And it's Clicquot, which is better than Moet, right? I mean, it's under the same brand, same ownership, but there's no argument. Qualitatively, Clicquot, Veuve Clicquot, you know, is better than Moet.
Right.
And we had a woman come in and she's like, my husband drinks Moet Ice. I'm like, well, we don't have Moet Ice. And she's like, yeah, but he only pink. Like, you know, and I was like, so she bought a bottle of regular Moet Brut Imperial, which like he wants something sweet to pour over ice. Moet Brut Imperial, whatever, is real champagne.
Yeah.
It is not at all what your husband's drinking. Like, so, you know, I'm sure she'll never come back and she'll hate us. But, you know, I mean, but even the number of like Moet, dude, like, I mean, the branding is still strong. Obviously, Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, huge branding, huge dollars, huge marketing. Like they've taken Krug and Ruinart. They've taken real quality champagne houses and insulting to champagne lovers. And it's fine. Time and place. It all works. But like, I can't believe that, you know, we've got, I don't know, call it 75 to 100 different sparkling wines on the shelf. Wow. Probably 30 to 40 are grower champagne.
Listening that don't know what grower champagne is. Grower champagne, a lot of times in champagne, the people that are producing the wine do not actually grow the grapes. Grower champagne, you grow the grapes and you produce the wine. They get their hands dirty. It's made with a lot more intention. And generally just better.
They're farmers, just like anywhere else, and the quality control is better. Whereas you take like a Moet or Veuve Clicquot that's making millions of cases, they're not even just buying the grapes; they're buying like finished juice. They're buying whatever they can to keep the cycle going, to keep you buying it. There's really no recipe anymore. I mean, there is a recipe, but you know they're trying to keep to a house style. But channel my inner Gary V here for a moment. Like, you know, we don't want to sell you just anything, and we don't want to upsell you anything. Like we're happy to save you money, right? We're happy to get you in the door, get you better wine for less money. Like allow us, you know, we're here for a reason. And again, not every wine store is like that. I would argue only like 1% to 2% of wine store are like that. You know, most, as I always say, most wine merchants, and we'll get into that, glorified cashiers, I call them.
Yeah.
And it's not a knock on people. It's a business. It's an investment opportunity. And it's so regulated that you could literally be a glorified cashier, be very successful, and you could just sell George de Buff Beaujolais, Josh Cabernet, Jadot Puy-Fouizé, Comfort, Santa Margarita, you know, Cavit Pinot Grigio, right? Like comfort brands, comfort wines, you know, comfort spirits, whatever it is. And you could live your life like that. But when, you know, consumers these days, especially like with social influencing that we'll obviously talk about and how that's affecting what we do in this industry at some point, but you can do better.
Yeah.
It's very easy. It's at your fingertips.
Yeah.
You know, you can look at TikTok, you can look at Instagram, you can look at Facebook. It's very easy to be better informed. Inevitably, you will drink better and save you money.
To your point, with regard to people being more adventurous in what they're drinking or opening their minds and exploring a bit more, the onus is on us as a wine industry to continue to engage people. And, you know, someone like you know, look at what we're here doing right now. Look at the things that you actually have bottled up. You are creating a store with intention, a bit more artisanal mindset. And like when I'm selling wine, I know, you know, speaking with different retailers, there's like a couple of different kinds of people. You got a couple of different kinds of buyers. I'm focusing on that for you. And I think that us as an industry, you know, someone that maybe coming to it from my perspective in marketing, or someone coming to it from a sales perspective that's selling wines to retailers, you got to know how to sell the thing that matters to the people that matter, because they're the people that's going to be selling it, right? So when we're going to these different bigger stores, a lot of the people that's selling the right things, y'all got to change y'all approach and sell that person what they're buying. They're buying a profit margin. Look, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. We all trying to make money, but understand how to identify who the target that you're speaking to is and connect the product you're selling to what it is they actually want. They just want to make money. And a lot of people work that way. Right.
Most importantly, they're keeping the dollars moving. Yeah. So we've got a lot of great quality champagne, both grower and non.
Exactly, as a mix.
It's just, I mean, even, you know, someone comes in, they want a good bottle of red wine, and then they're like, oh, I'll just take this Veuve Clicquot. I had and maybe I'll share this. I shouldn't. I got to get permission from a friend of mine. I won't mention his name. For Christmas, he sent a picture of this beautiful seafood tower to a few of us. And I mean, it looked gorgeous in his home. And then there's a bottle of Veuve Clicquot in the picture. And even one of my buddies is like, oh, Daniel is going to have a problem with that. And of course, now it's an ongoing joke, of like every picture that people come out. And this guy drinks crazy good wines, right? He drinks like American wines. We're talking like the top Napa cabs, like Harlan, his Sine his favorite. And then he's got Veuve Clicquot in the picture. Dude, like, do better. Please do and it's not a money thing, but you're spending a lot of time on all the food you're eating and all the great wine you're drinking and everything else you're doing in life. Like, say no to Clicquot. That's gonna be my t-shirt. Say no to Clicquot. Is that and I'm not like, and we sell a lot of a lot of Piper, a lot of Charles Heidsieck, a lot of other certain producers, and like I said, we sell these wines, but open yourself up to a whole other world, I think, and that's really coming off Christmas, New Year's. That really bottled me up in terms of working retail 25 years in, the number of people that are still asking for that.
I want to talk a little bit about what you were mentioning. First of all, hilarious. But I will challenge you to think in this way. Well, at least to approach it in this way. I feel like a Moet per se isn't, as you mentioned, chasing the taste. Like, you're not Moet's customer, right? Yeah. And what they are selling is a brand, an idea, a feeling. Now, who are we to say that brand didn't hold a particular place with them, right? I'll give you an example. My first bottle, you want to talk about first bottles that mean something. And I wrote about this in the book. My first bottle that
Shout out to Jermaine's book, by the way.
Yeah, Wine Bars. Go on wineandhiphop.com.
Everybody buy a copy or ask me to send you a copy. I still got a few. Happy to do it. I mentioned in the acknowledgements,
my brother right there.
I inspired him with those Posner burgers. Yeah, go on.
The first bottle I ever bought in the club was a bottle of Moet. That's where they are.
Hey, look, I hear you, but go on. Yeah.
And that moment to me was like, I felt like I won a championship trophy, because it was like, all my friends, we all chipped in for the bottle. And then I held that shit in the air like, yeah, then, it was like a bunch of us. So, we all poured a little bit out and I sprayed the rest on the crowd. Right. So that's
the crowd. It was like 4 people. You remember it differently.
No, this was like not even people that chipped in, girls at sections, and no one was mad. They all welcomed it, which was, again, early 20s, wild boy Jermaine. That moment stuck with me. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't buy Moet right now today in my life because I'm not their customer. However, what they are selling often in those spaces is nostalgia.
Yeah, there's a story there.
It keeps them in the category.
Yeah, 100%. And by the way, that's why we sell it. I realize there's time. Yeah. I'm just saying, if you're coming in and you're open-minded to something and you're already spending $50 on a bottle of champagne, like, when you go into your run-of-the-mill wine store, I get it. There's going to be limited selections. It's all going to be that brand. But when you come into Grapes the Wine Company and you see 75 sparkling wines, there's a reason why we have 75 sparkling, right? Yeah. We want you to ask us the questions, like, what can I get that's better and even less expensive? Mm-hmm. Like that's the scale. Like Veuve Clicquot carries no value to me either. It's right. A $65 retail champagne now. Moet's like $50 retail champagne. So you can do better in that $35 to $45 range. And that's totally. Just going back, even like a Piper Heidsieck still carries a decent price point, high 40s. There's a bunch of others with name recognition, less expensive, and most importantly, ones that are not name recognized.
And like you said, that is definitely a different question. But I hope that the wine industry takes this conversation and does understand, like, I agree with you. Stuff like that is incredibly annoying. The onus is on us to bring people in and to adjust.
Do better. We got to do better. It's your life. It's your livelihood. It's how you're making the dollars, and make it meaningful. Spend a little extra time. Yeah. Do a little extra tasting, a little extra reading, a little extra whatever.
I completely agree.
You want to make more money, you find alternatives.
Man, I feel like you have some shit to get off your chest.
I got a lot of shit to get off my chest. I'm going to save so much money in therapy because I got you now. So with that, I'm going to call it. Thank you guys all for listening. Make sure you download the podcast wherever your streaming networks are, streaming services.
And if you want to buy some wine, hit up Grapes the Wine Company, man.
Yeah, grapesthewineco.com. Free delivery locally, Metro New York. But seriously, I am your co-host, Daniel, a.k.a. Quarter Zip Posner, signing off along with Jermaine, aka
the wolf, the wolfiest of wines.
You stayed within the same AKA for one episode. I'm proud of you. You're growing already. 2 episodes and you're growing right before my very eyes.
This is therapy for me too. Okay, yeah. I'm growing.
Is it too early for some easy Jesus? Are we there yet?
Definitely. Definitely. It's always too early for some easy Jesus. Actual Jesus? No, but easy Jesus.
All right. Tune in next time and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.